welcome back. This little video is the second part of Door-to-Door Ministry. I'm George Martin, Episcopal minister, and has written a book called Door-to-Door Ministry, The Easy Way to Make Friends for Your Church. There's a lot more information in my book about the methodology here, and if you were a pastor and you're training people, you might want to get that book because there's some scripts in there that can be easily followed. People sometimes, even those of you watching, are like, oh, people are going to get doors slammed in my face and people are going to be mean to me because I'm a religious scholar and so on. It doesn't happen. This is part of the video here now, if you will follow some of the basics that I suggest, and I think you'll just find them. Most of the things that you assume could go bad will not be there at all. And so, what do you wear? Well, I didn't wear. I as Episcopal clergy often wear collars, black shirts, and so on. I didn't do that when I went door to door. I didn't want to tip people off that I was a quote religious scholar. And so, wearing ordinary clothes, I also told people in my congregation that they could do this as well. So I wanted everybody to help, and I did have help. I really remember one woman who was 8 months pregnant. She got a lot more. She got a lot more friendly calls than I did that day, and all. We've laughed often about what a successful day she had doing door-to-door ministry. So wear regular clothes, whatever's appropriate in your world, is your time, your season, so on. Wear a name tag. You see I have it on the right side, so that's a very appropriate kind of thing to do when you're making a contact with somebody, because if you actually are handing over, you'll hand it over usually to their right hand. The eye goes over to the right side, and there's your name tag. So many people just slap it on their left, and that's understandable. And now, by the way, on the name tag, you want to have printed, at least if it's hand printed on a sticky name tag, very neat printing of the church's name, and then your full name, first and last name. See, this self-identification of yourself as a caller is something that a lot of people who do religious calling don't do, and I recommend it. So, have with you a small notebook, a card, something you can write down on, because as soon as you leave, walk away from that door, you want to write down the house number, it's the street you're on. If they have a church, put that down. Just kind of keep some records of how many Lutherans we have, how many Roman Catholics, and people of other religions, just to be knowledgeable about our community. We care about the religious landscape in which we're ministering. And then, if they do not have a church level, some level of interest that you've figured out that you can put down, and the reason is, this is about follow-up, and also getting their name, which I'll say to you in just a few minutes about how to do that. So, so you're going to keep a notebook, you're going to keep records, you're going to turn in how many calls you made, how many people said that they might be interested. Doesn't have to be a lot. Don't worry about that. And the number of times that you actually just left the brochure at the door. Remember, every time you leave a brochure at the door, it counts. It is, you don't know, it may do the work that you couldn't do because they weren't there, and they may read this and say, I think I might give them a call and check this out. You've done your work. And you've helped your church. Okay, so, appropriate time to call? Obviously, when the most people you think might be home. A Saturday, around dinner time. Those are the two times I think that work. Obviously, dinner time's a little risky because you're interrupting them. But no matter what, even on a Saturday, you're interrupting them for all these things that they're doing. People are at home, they've got their agendas. Even if you're watching TV, you're doing something. So whenever you knock on their door, you are interrupting them in their life. That doesn't mean they're angry about it. They may be even curious about it. And maybe it wasn't important what they're doing. You're going to check that out, and you're going to say, hi, I'm sorry, I'm just here for just a question to you, and I'm off. Sorry to interrupt your dinner, and all. I'm just a minute, please, and that's it. You can acknowledge your interruption, and even doing that sets you up as somewhat different than somebody else that they knew called at their door. Remember, we're respecting everyone too. We're blessing them all. saying a prayer for the house, saying a prayer for the family as we leave, whatever. And not trying to change them, just being open to the Spirit of God, which, will move in and out of our lives, and you don't know what's going to happen. We're not in control of this. We're just saying hello. So great respect for everyone. What about talking to children to come to the door? Well, obviously, since this is sort of an adult-to-adult thing, and there are issues in talking with children in our society, I do recommend heartily that you ask, is there an adult at the home? And phrase it that way. Not if mommy and daddy's home, because that's a little dicey. Maybe mommy and daddy aren't home and their older brother is home. That's the adult. So ask it that way. I have a few more do's and don'ts to talk about, and we're going to put that in the next part of the video.